Turning points. This topic is algebra differentiation. Turning points in a curve can be classified as maximum or minimum. Here you can see a maximum turning point and here is a minimum turning point. Graphs can have more than one maximum or minimum, like you can see here on this quartic graph where it has two minimums. These are often referred to as local maximums or local minimums. At GCSE you tend to only have one. The gradient of a curve at any point is constantly changing. As you can see here, we have a very positive gradient, which becomes less and less positive until eventually it becomes zero. The key fact is that at any turning point, the gradient is zero. So you know that dy by dx is also equal to zero, because dy by dx gives you the gradient function. So for a maximum, the gradient is positive just before the turning point, 0 at the turning point, and then negative just after. And for minimum, the gradient is negative just before, 0 at the turning point, and positive just after. So how do we find the coordinates of a turning point? Let's do an example for y equals x squared minus 4x plus 3. Step 1 is to differentiate the equation of the curve. So for this, dy by dx equals 2x minus 4. At any turning point, the gradient equals 0, so 2x minus 4 must be equal to 0. Let's solve this. So let's solve 2x minus 4 equals 0. Adding 4 to both sides gives us 2x equals 4. Dividing both sides by 2 gives us x equals 2. So now we know there's a turning point at x equals 2, which you can see here on the graph. To find the y coordinates, substitute this value or these values into the original equation. So y equals 2 squared minus 4 times 2 plus 3, which is equal to minus 1. So the turning point is at 2 minus 1. From the diagram, you can see that this is a minimum. Example 2. Find the coordinates of the turning points at y equals x cubed minus 4x squared minus 3x plus 5. So step 1, differentiate. This gives us 3x squared minus 8x minus 3. At a turning point, the gradient equals 0, so make the value of dy by dx equal to 0. Let's solve this. So solving 3x squared minus 8x minus 3 equals 0. This is a quadratic. First, see if you can factorize, and if not, then you may need to use a formula. For this example, we can factorize. So 3x plus 1 and x minus 3 equal to 0. So either 3x plus 1 equals 0 or x minus 3 equals 0. So we therefore know that 3x equals minus 1 or x equals 3. And dividing the first one by 3 on both sides gives us x equals minus a third or x equals 3. Now we need to find the y coordinates. So x is equal to minus a third, so y is equal to this equation here, or x is equal to 3 gives us this one here. The first one I will put into my calculator, and you can see it will give me 149 over 27. And the second one gives me minus 13. So the maximum, as you can see from the diagram, is at minus a third over 147 over 29, and the minimum is at 3 and minus 13.